In this video, we'll finish up the job openings template that we started from scratch in the previous video. We've got the basic structure, and now we're going to add some content. So I'll insert an image into the top cell, which is the logo. I have on hand a logo that is already uploaded, but you notice that you have an option to upload an image on the fly if you have one on your computer and you want it to be saved in the central image archive. And I'll also add an intro text as well as a bit of text for the positions and some closing text. Do. Blah, 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 blah. And now what I'll do is I'll put in an unsubscribe link whose text you may recall that I control in the newsletter database's properties area. And I can find the syntax for the link under the Merge Fields button here. I could simply copy and paste. I could also, if I had a more complex web of categories, make a manual link to that page which I know is relevant, so it's up to you and your particular needs. What's left for me to do now is to add a bit of styling for the headlines of the jobs. Now I could use global typography here. These are typographies that are defined under design and layout and can be used in many different areas in Tangora. And so they're perhaps a good number that don't really have relevance to me here and now, but I could actually see that there's one here that happens to be called FAQ sections, and you can see that it gets a size and weight if I choose that. Now here I'd like to caution you on the use of typographies, perhaps at the risk of getting a bit technical. The thing is, you can't rely on mail clients to represent your typographies, which are technically known as CSS, consistently or if at all. So in reality, it's best to use rich text editor styles and style and color your text with these buttons over here. You simply get more consistent results. So I might, instead of using a typography, just add bold to my headlines and give them a color here. And I could also color the bottom text and links and make it italic. But I want to mention that you could also tweak your layout by going into HTML mode, provided naturally that you know how to edit HTML. And in this way, you can fine-tune the way that a mail client views your email if consistency is of particular importance to you. And now I'm done. I could save my draft and whenever I'm ready, send my newsletter out. That was the final video in our Building Newsletter series, in which we've learned about the fundamental settings that affect our newsletter, working with drafts, and building newsletter from scratch. Thanks for watching.